All right, you've crunched the numbers, you know your equity, and you're 100% ready to move your family up to north of Houston in the suburbs. But now you hit that ultimate geographic crossroad. Do you go for that master planned prestige, manicured trails, and world-class shopping of the Woodlands? Or do you head just a few miles north to Conroe, where you get sprawling lot sizes, massive master planned growth, and that unbelievable lake life vibe? On paper, they are right next to each other off of I-45, but in reality, the lifestyle, the culture, the schools, and most importantly, that daily commute are worlds apart. If you choose wrong, you could end up trapped in traffic or missing the exact community vibe that your kids need. So today we're putting them head to head so you can find your family's perfect place. Bren Brewer, your favorite realtor, and let's get into it. All right, welcome back. And if you're joining us for the first time, we're in the middle of our Move Up Masterclass series. It's designed specifically to help you level up into that 200 to 600K price point right here north of Houston. In part one, we broke down those financial logistics of selling and buying at the same time. And today we're tackling the fun part, the location. So when people look at moving to Montgomery County, there are always two heavy hitters, the Woodlands and Conroe. If you look at a map, they share a border. But if you talk to anyone who lives here, they're going to tell you that choosing between the two isn't just about choosing a house, it's about choosing an entirely different lifestyle. Over my last 15 years in real estate, I've watched both of these areas evolve dramatically. And today we're breaking those down across four categories: the everyday vibe, the school reality, the commute showdown, and the price to space equation. By the end of this class, you're going to know exactly which side of the boundary line your family belongs on. So let's start with the soul of these communities, that everyday vibe. Let's start with the Woodlands. It was founded over 50 years ago with a very specific vision, a master planned community built into nature, not on top of it. So when you drive down the main thoroughfares like Research Forest or Woodlands Parkway, you don't see massive neon commercial signs. Everything's kind of hidden behind lush curtains of trees. The lifestyle there is deeply community-centric and highly organized. You have over 150 neighborhood parks, 220 miles of hike and bike trails, and world-class entertainment right in your backyard. We're talking about walking down the waterway, launching a kayak at Riva Row, or catching a concert at the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion. It feels just like a high-end luxury resort that just happens to be a hometown. If you love predictability, pristine landscaping, luxury shopping at Market Street, and golf cart friendly neighborhoods, the Woodlands is unmatched. Now let's look at Conroe. It's one of the fastest growing cities in the entire country, and its vibe is a mix of, I want to call it Texas charm, sprawling expansion, and outdoor adventure. Conroe isn't just one master plan bubble, it's diverse. You have historic downtown Conroe with local theaters, breweries, and brick and mortar charm. Then you head west and you hit Lake Conroe, which introduces an incredible lake life culture. We're talking casual waterfront dining, boating, jet skiing, and a laid-back weekend energy. Conroe also holds massive new master plan communities like Grand Central Park or properties out towards Willis and Montgomery, where you can find neighborhoods with 3,000 square foot homes, larger yards, and a more open, expansive feel. The vibe here is active, rapidly evolving, and down to earth. You aren't hidden behind trees, you're right in the middle of Texas growth. Now, for a category that every family asks about, the schools. So a quick piece of local trivia that surprises almost every out-of-town buyer. Even though the Woodlands and the city of Conroe are distinct areas, they are almost entirely served by the exact same school district. Conroe ISD is a massive, award-winning powerhouse of a district operating on a balanced $761 million budget. It has an incredible 97.2% graduation rate and consistently scores well above state and national averages. Because the district is so large, it has over 340 square miles, the school experience can look different depending on your exact neighborhood. The Woodland schools are integrated directly into the villages. Your kids can often walk or ride their bikes through the tree-lined paths directly to campus. Schools like the Woodlands High School or College Park are legendary for their academic, athletic, and fine arts programs. Because the area is fully mature and developed, the school boundaries are incredibly stable. In Conroe, because the population is exploding, you're looking at brand new state-of-the-art facilities. Conroe ISD is constantly building new campuses to keep up with the influx of families that are moving out toward areas like Grand Central Park, Wood Forest, or up into Willis ISD, if you cross that line. Going to school in Conroe means your kids might be entering newer buildings with incredible modern technology, but it also means you need to be prepared for occasional boundary rezonings as the district strategically balances its growth. Both options offer phenomenal educations, but the neighborhood setup differs completely. Now let's talk about that elephant in the room for anyone working in the greater Houston area, that commute. If your office is in downtown Houston, the Texas Medical Center, or the Energy Corridor, your drive time matters. I-45 is the main artery, and every mile north or south makes a massive difference during rush hour. If you live in the southern villages of the Woodlands like Grogan's Mill or Panther Creek, you're minutes from I-45. You can hop right on the highway or use the Hardy Toll Road extension. On a good morning, a commute to downtown Houston is a manageable 35 to 45 minutes, plus the Woodlands has a massive employment base of its own. Major corporations are headquartered right here, meaning many residents enjoy a 10-minute commute entirely on local streets. Conroe sits roughly 10 to 15 minutes further north than the heart of the Woodlands. In normal weekend traffic, that's an extra 10 minutes, but during Tuesday morning rush hour, that extra distance can easily add 20 to 30 minutes to your drive time. If you live out near Lake Conroe, you also have to factor in the drive down McCaleb or Highway 105 just to get to I-45 before you even start heading south toward Houston. If you work from home full-time or commute locally within Montgomery County, Conroe is fantastic. But if you have to clock into an office in downtown Houston 5 days a week, you need to test drive that Conroe commute before you sign a contract. Now, let's talk about the financial reality of buying in these two areas, because this is where the boundary line becomes very clear. Let's talk about the price to space equation and local taxes. The Woodlands is practically landlocked. It's a mature, fully developed market, which means inventory is limited and demand is permanently high. In the Woodlands, your money is buying location and master plan stability. In the $450,000 range, you're typically looking at an established 3 to 4 bedroom home built in the 90s or early 2000s. It'll likely have beautiful, mature trees, but it might require some interior updates. And your lot size will be standard suburban. However, your tax structure here is incredibly stable. The Woodlands Township tax rate sits at a reliable 17 cents per $100 of value, and because that infrastructure is mature, the neighborhood MUD or municipal utility district taxes are also historically low, averaging just 7 to 17 cents per $100. In Conroe, your money is buying square footage, modernity, and land. For the exact same $450,000 budget, you can easily find a brand new, never lived in 4 to 5 bedroom home with an open concept kitchen, high ceilings, a 3-car garage, and a media room. Your backyard's likely going to be bigger, giving you plenty of space to build a pool or let the dogs run. But remember what we discussed last time, you gotta look at the total tax bill. While the city of Conroe property tax sits at about 43 cents per 100, if you buy a beautiful new build in a fresh master plan community, it's likely going to come with a newer municipal utility district or a newer MUD tax. In some of these newer growth pockets, MUD rates can reach 80 cents or higher per $100 of valuation because they are still funding the brand new roads and the utility lines. Even with the massive $140,000 Texas school homestead exemption, reducing your Conroe ISD bill, a higher MUD tax can eat into your monthly purchasing power, even if the purchase price of the house looks like a steal. So, what is the ultimate verdict? If your family craves a walkable, deeply established environment with pristine landscaping, short commutes, and legendary predictability, and you don't mind sacrificing a bit of square footage or doing some interior remodeling, then the Woodlands is calling your name. But if your family wants a large, modern home with a big backyard, access to the lake, a vibrant growth economy, and you don't mind a longer commute or slightly higher special district taxes to get it, then Conroe is your absolute jackpot. No matter which suburb wins your heart, you need an expert local team to help you navigate the hyper-local tax codes, neighborhood pockets, and contract strategies to get you there safely. If you want to find out exactly how much buying power you have from your current home's equity so we can start exploring those neighborhoods together, then click down in the description below. It takes less than 2 minutes to use our free home equity tool to get your custom numbers. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you don't miss part 3 of our masterclass series, where we're going to dive into the exact negotiation tactics that you need to win the offer game and get local sellers to pay your closing costs. I'm Bren Brewer, your favorite realtor. Thanks for watching. Let's get your neighborhood figured out, and I'll see you next time.